Hey Nash, what should we make?
We have all those Thanksgiving leftovers. Let's make those into 3 meals to give people some ideas of what to do with theirs.
All right, let's take our Thanksgiving leftovers and turn them into 3 meals. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where sometimes we turn leftovers into delicious meals. Thanksgiving is quickly approaching, so today we are going to show you how to turn your Thanksgiving leftovers into 3 different meals. We're gonna do a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner. It's gonna be good. So without further ado, let's go. So for breakfast, we're gonna make Thanksgiving leftover sheet pan quesadillas. So we're gonna take a, I don't know, small-ish, medium-ish bowl, and we wanna crack in 8 eggs. Then we add a little bit of salt and pepper and a cup of cottage cheese. I know it sounds weird, but it makes sense because it's a quesadilla, so it's cheesy. But also, cottage cheese is what they put in the Starbucks egg bites and the ones we've made to keep them nice and fluffy, and trust the process, is what I'm trying to say. Get everything whipped up. In a hot pan on medium heat, melt some butter. Then once that's melted, we pour in our eggs. You want to preheat your oven to 450. This doesn't need to be like a Gordon Ramsay level scramble. You just do your best or prepare them however you like, because there's lots of different ways to scramble eggs. You got your French style. I think that's the way that Gordon Ramsay does it, where you get the kind of custardy sort of eggs. Or some people like them totally different, like a hot and fast kind of thing. We're just gonna keep it on medium heat and then just keep kind of bringing in the edges, stirring stuff as it cooks and keeping everything kind of moving. And then once your eggs are nice and fluffy and cooked and set, go ahead and kill the heat, set this aside. Then we wanna take out a sheet pan, and then we just wanna brush this with melted butter. You wanna make sure and get the sides too. Then we wanna take 6 tortillas and we wanna do this. So put them in halfway so they can fold over themselves. Something like that. We're gonna almost make this like a crunch wrap kind of a deal. And we put one in the middle, and apparently I'm one short. Not sure what happened. Maybe Nash stole the other one. Then we put down a layer of cheddar slices. Now you could absolutely use grated. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. So let's see if this works. Don't want to leave the paper in there. That might be a bad idea. Oingo boingo. There you go. Bob's your uncle. Why? Who's Bob anyways? I don't get it. Then we throw down a layer of our stuffing. There's a little bit of turkey in my stuffing, but that's okay, because that's our next layer anyways. There's some potatoes in my stuffing too, because I mixed together a bunch of stuff. Anyways, so we get some potatoes and some stuffing and some turkey and whatever, who cares? That'll work. Just spread that out so you have kind of an even layer. And just, again, this is Thanksgiving leftovers, so whatever you got, throw it in there. Then we put down a layer of our eggs and a healthy serving of some turkey that you've kind of cut up, shredded, whatever. Then we do one more layer of cheese. We need one guy in the middle first. Then we do this. So see, it's like a crunch wrap. We're trying to fold it all up. So it's all covered, and there we go. And then what we're gonna do is take the rest of your melted butter, brush this, and then we want to put a second sheet pan on top of this guy. You can just kind of press it down. That way it weights it a little bit so it doesn't come undone. And then we're gonna throw this guy in the oven for 20 minutes and then remove the top pan, the weight, and then back in the oven for another 15. So off we go. And here's our guy. Clearly, you want to cook yours a little bit less than I did mine. I'm thinking maybe 15 and then 10 instead of 20 and then 15, because we're a little crispy. I mean, I think it'll still be good. And there we have Thanksgiving leftover sheet pan breakfast quesadilla. But it's hot AF right now, so we're gonna let this cool. So for lunch, we're gonna make a burrito, a Thanksgiving leftover burrito. So we turn on some fire, heat up a tortilla. So then we take our tortilla and we start with just a little bit of cheese. I don't know if cheese goes with all these things, but I wanted to use some cheese to hold everything together. So that's what we're doing. So I wasn't sure what kind of cheese, so I'm going with mozzarella because it's mild, it's delicious, it holds things together well. So that's what we're doing. And we'll go down with some of our leftover turkey. You might have cranberry sauce, so use that. We have cranberry salsa, because that's what we made. So I'm using that. Maybe you made mashed potatoes, so use those. We're using our roasted potatoes. So, you know, do what you got. It's a Thanksgiving leftover burrito, so use whatever you got. We'll do a little bit more cheese here. Not a lot, just a little. Just that's all we need, you know? Then we'll do a little bit of gravy and some stuffing. Well, shit, that was way messier than I expected it to be, but that's okay. And then top that with some more cheese, just so everything kind of melts and sticks together. Then we roll up our sides, then roll this guy over. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We can do this. We can do this. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. There we go. So then in a hot pan on medium heat, normally we do high heat because most burritos, we've already just cooked everything, so everything's really hot. But in this one, we still kind of want to melt the cheese. Long story short, we're going on medium heat. So put it seam side down, push it down a little bit, move it around a little bit. And normally when you're searing off a burrito, it's like throw it down on seam side down, let it get a nice sear, cook for like 30 seconds, flip it, do the same, and then you're done. This, think of it more like a grilled cheese sandwich because we're trying to melt the stuff in the middle. So you want to go like medium to low heat, maybe medium low. Too hot. So we might flip this guy a few times, whereas normally we'd only flip it once. And once your burrito is nice and grilled, seared, whatever you want to call it, then we pull it. And there we have our Thanksgiving leftovers burrito. All right, so for dinner, we're gonna make a Thanksgiving leftover turkey casserole. So take out some sort of a pan. I'm gonna use an 8x8 just because I don't need a ton of leftovers. It's just me and Nash, but feel free to double this recipe, although most of the measurements are gonna be kind of subjective because it's leftovers, so I'm not measuring everything. So in this greased casserole dish, we throw in a thin layer of our stuffing. I'm sure you have stuffing. And this recipe is gonna be very, very customizable. So use whatever you have, like whatever your leftovers actually are, you know. So now maybe cheese isn't like a big thing in like a Thanksgiving, because like, you know, they got the Thanksgiving sandwiches, like the Bobby from Capriotti's, if you're somewhere where they have a Capriotti's. They're good. The cheese for this is almost more to just hold the layers together than anything else. So I was trying to think like what cheese would be good. I mean, I love Swiss, so I could use Swiss, but I just thought mozzarella made the most sense because it's kind of a neutral sort of blandish cheese. So it's not going to take over the flavor profile. It's just going to sort of give us that, like I said, that those binding properties that we want. So we're just going to throw a little bit of cheese down between some of our layers. Then some of your leftover turkey. Then you would do some cranberry sauce. We made cranberry salsa, so that's what I'm using. Spread this out a little bit. Preheat your oven to 400. And just a little bit more mozzarella cheese here. Then if you made mashed potatoes, then those go next. If you have roasted potatoes, then use those. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you have. Perfect. There we go. We got our layer of mashed potatoes or mashed taters. And then if you made some corn for Thanksgiving, use that. If not, just throw in a can of corn. All I have is this Southwest corn, so that's what we're using. It almost reminds me of those bowls, the chicken nuggets and mashed potato and gravy bowls that KFC had. Gosh, when I was in like, I don't know, high school, college, I can't remember. Haven't been to KFC in a long time. Then put some of your gravy down, and then we'll just do a very small amount of cheese here, and then the rest of our stuffing here, and then just finish it off with more cheese. And then we throw this in our 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes. And here we have our guy right out of the oven. Looks good. And then we're just gonna top it with some chives because he needs some greens, you know? Why not? And there we have our Thanksgiving leftovers casserole. All right, after cooling a little bit, let's go ahead and take a piece here. Oh, look at that, looks good. All right, and then we have our burrito for lunch. Let's go ahead and cut this guy open and see what we got here. Looks good, looks good. And then for dinner, we have our casserole. So let's cut into this guy and see if it actually even stays together. Okay. And there we have our breakfast, lunch, and dinner of Thanksgiving leftovers. 3 meals, bing, bang, boom. And it's time for a bite. We'll go in order. We'll do the breakfast first. Cheers. That's really good. The fluffy eggs with the stuffing and the cheese and the turkey, it all just really works. It's like a Thanksgiving breakfast surprise. And even though I said we probably should have cooked it less, this actually works. Who'da thunk? And next we try our lunch, the burrito. Cheers. It's also delicious. I mean, with all the different flavors, you got the stuffing, you have the turkey, the cranberry salsa. I can't even remember if we put gravy on this thing, but delicious. I mean, it's just like the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich, but it's a burrito. So, you know, it's different. So give it a try. And then on to dinner, let's try our casserole. Cheers. I mean, same thing. A lot of this is kind of the same flavors, but super good. You got the stuffing and the mashed potatoes and the turkey and the cheese. It's like it all works together. These are all good. Highly recommend making these with your Thanksgiving leftovers out of 10. That's what I think, but hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good. Just been coming up with ideas for our next few videos.
Well, check it out. We got these Thanksgiving leftover meals you wanted to make. Of course, we made a dog-friendly version of each one just for you. First, we have the breakfast quesadilla.
Oh, eggy, cheesy, and Thanksgiving-y.
Then we have the lunch burrito.
I think I prefer this to the Thanksgiving leftover sandwich.
And then we have our dinner casserole.
This one is delicious. It's a whole Thanksgiving dinner in every bite.
What do you think?
These are all great dishes and perfect ideas for some creative ways to use those Thanksgiving leftovers.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, these are 3 great ways to dress up your Thanksgiving leftovers in maybe a little bit more creative ways than just throwing them all in between bread. Although that's good too. Hey, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, like, share, hype, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out our other holiday videos. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.